Hey guys, welcome to another episode of DIY Projects with Pete. In today's episode, we're going to go over the overall process with remodeling this small master bathroom. Now, it was a lot of work, but I really feel like it was worth it in the end, and we were able to take this small space and to make it feel very efficient and much larger. My favorite features we incorporated into this bathroom are the heated floors, the shower speaker and shower light, the subway tile, and the luxury rain shower head. Now this project got expedited quite a bit. I'm newly engaged, and it turns out that women evidently prioritize nice bathrooms a little bit more than myself or probably your average guy. So I was able to work on this bathroom over the course of about 2 months on the weekends and nights when I had time. Now, I'd love to hear how your small bathroom remodel project is going or how it went, so please comment below and share some tips and ideas that you have for us. And if you have any questions for me, please let me know. I hope this video gives you some ideas of the overall process of remodeling a smaller bathroom and just some general things to think about to make it feel efficient and bigger. All right, if you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and let's get to it. Well, the first step with any bathroom remodel is the demolition work, so I grabbed a Sawzall and started cutting out the old blue fiberglass shower stall. A little drywall removal as well, and I was down to the framing of the house. I shut off the water supply and then converted the old copper piping to PEX piping, which is real easy to work with and it's pretty DIY friendly. I had already removed the toilet, but afterwards I cleaned the old wax off the toilet flange and then plugged it with some old rags to prevent sewer gas from coming into the house. I needed to move the shower drain a few inches so it's centered in the new shower, so I cut out the old piping and then removed the subfloor around the drain area so I'd have access to put in some new piping for the drain. Once this was done, I started working on the shower pan, and originally I had planned to do the pan the old-fashioned way by using a mortar mix and building a sloped pan from scratch, but this is a couple-day process and it's something that can get messed up easily, so I went with the foolproof method and ordered a Schluter foam shower pan kit that makes the process easy. You basically use a razor blade to cut the foam pan and curb to the size that will fit your shower, and then secure it in place with thinset. I mounted the shower valve and ran PEX piping according to the instructions from the shower head company. The next step was to screw the pre-made shower nook in place and then put up the cement board. Now, a lot of people are using green drywall for this process these days and then waterproofing it with either a Kerdi membrane or roll-on type membrane like RedGuard. I used the cement board because I had a bunch out in the garage and it's a good material to use in a shower area. It's just not as easy to cut as drywall is, so use your material of choice. While the drywall was removed, I ran some of the new wiring for the lighting, the exhaust fan, speakers, and floor heat. The power to these circuits was all turned off before doing any of the work, and then I notched out the bottom 2x4 plate for the conduit, which has the lead wire for the floor heat going through it. I used a 4-gang box for the switches. Here I can control the shower light, vanity light, exhaust light, and the exhaust fan all separately. Next, I installed the exhaust fan and then went up to the attic to hook up the vent. I then put a 4-inch LED can light in place and prepped for the 6.5-inch stereo speaker. I then put some drywall back up, taped the seams, and did a skip trowel type texture on the walls. Next, Britt and I went to the hardware store to find some tile for the bathroom. We picked up some 4-inch by 12-inch white subway tile for the shower wall, 6-inch by 24-inch wood-grained style porcelain tile for the floor, and then some stone tile for the shower floor. Before laying down the tile, I dry fit the Schluter Dietra Heat uncoupling membrane and then used thinset to attach it to the floor. I was also waterproofing the shower area about this time, and I did so with a Kerdi membrane. I'll be going more in depth on these steps in future bathroom remodels on the channel, but just wanted to give you a quick idea of what it looks like. I then put the heating cable in the uncoupling membrane and laid it out to fit the room. Make sure to space it according to the manufacturer's directions, and the heated floors are my favorite feature of the bathroom, and the other bathrooms in the house will all have it installed as well. I embedded the heat cable in the thinset, let it cure, and then tiled the floor of the bathroom, and using self-levelers helped make the tile job turn out nice and even. Cuts were all made on a 7-inch tile saw I picked up a few years ago. I used a sanded grout to fill the 3/16-inch seams between the tile and then sealed all grout prior to moving on to the next step. A T-shaped transition strip was cut to size and used between the bathroom tile and the hardwood floor in the master bedroom. I ordered a compact sized toilet to make the space a little more efficient. It's about 24 inches deep instead of 27 to 28 inches, and the depth difference is mainly in the back holding tank, so the size difference is not really noticeable when using it. The vanity was real affordable and something they stock at the hardware store. We could only have an 18-inch or so deep vanity, which definitely limits you on options, but this works well, and I switched out the hardware to better fit our style. The next step was to tile the shower floor. The 12-inch mats that the stones are on fit together like a puzzle, and you can cut extra pieces on a wet saw to fill any gaps or areas around the drain or walls. I found some larger white subway tiles to use for the shower curb and cut them down so they'd fit. I used Schluter L-shaped tile edge trim to give it a real clean look, and the top of the curb has a very slight angle in toward the shower so water won't pool up on the curb. I then tiled the back of the nook with a 12-inch mat of tiles that I found locally as well. Finally, it was time to start the white subway tile. I used a crosshair laser level to get the first row of tile perfectly straight, and I did cut the bottom of the first row of tiles to match the slope of the shower floor. I tiled the entire back wall first and then moved on to each side. Now, tiling is a meticulous and a time-consuming project, so just take your time, get in the zone, turn on some good music, and know that it's going to take a while. I used the same L-shaped edging for the nook and mitered it at 45-degree angles on the miter saw. I then grouted all the seams using a sanded grout. We decided the bathroom needed a little more color, so we ended up rolling on a paint called Light French Gray by Sherwin-Williams, and we're really happy with how it turned out. Then it was Britt's turn to do some decorating. She found this cool pipe shelf for above the toilet, and then some clear organizers for the vanity drawers to help make them a little bit more organized. We got some 3/4-inch pipe from the hardware store to make a toilet paper holder, and then we hung a nice big 24 by 36-inch mirror. We installed a single panel window, which brings in a lot of light, and it also brings some added ventilation during the summer months, and it definitely helps make the space feel larger. We chose to go with this pivoting glass shower door since we have such a tight space. It works well, but there is a little water that will splash out, so I installed a splash guard to help out, and I'd probably get a different style of door the next time around, but this looks nice and it functions fine. It was also very easy to install. Overall, we're really happy with the new bathroom in the home and thankful to have it complete. And here's my second favorite feature.
Amazon, play country music.
I do have a couple more bathrooms in the house I will be remodeling, and so I plan to share some more detailed videos on those in the future. One will be a bathroom with a tub, and the other is a new construction basement bathroom with a steam shower, which I can't wait to build. So stay tuned. All right, thanks so much for tuning in and watching this all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. I hope this video gives you an overall idea of what's involved with remodeling a smaller bathroom, and then also some inspiration to get out and either get it started or to finish it up. All right, you take care, best of luck with your upcoming projects, and cheers from Montana.